don't know about you guys, but I am certainly ready for a transfer special. Well, here we are. It's a season review, and it was kind of a disappointing season, I guess you could say, in comparison to what we have done in the past, where we've won the league twice, finishing third this season. No silverware. It's a bit tough, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Let's go ahead and get into it. Signing of the season, it looks like it was Erhard. Wow, 7.38. The board really did not like this. They did not like this for some reason. A C. Villagrán, A+ on him. Really surprised he didn't win signing of the season. Was great. I'm shocked. I am thoroughly shocked that this guy is not our signing of the season. Johnson puts out a 7.1. The board loved that as well. B+ for that. B- for Maldonado. Still gets a D. And I understand we paid a little bit too much money for him. Gabriel Lucas, a C. The villain, a B-. Iggy, a C. I just did not get Iggy. He was just terrible for us. Just flat out terrible. We wasted money on him. Sponsorship stays the same even though it goes down. Broadcast revenue goes down significantly. Corporate hospitality up. Competition prize money up. Match day commercial and retail up. Zamora, Stan, Hay, Lee, Johnson, all top selling kits this year, which was very nice. And here are the club awards. Goodness, I won the manager of the year for the Eredivisie. Fans player of the season was Van Roy. Young player of the season was Dale God. That's kind of odd. I mean, I get it, but our team's full of youngsters, so I kind of wish that he wasn't it. Signing of the season, another odd one for me. Erhard gets that one. Gabriel Lucas, goal of the season. Stan was top goal scorer with 25. Most assists, Cornelius with 9. Player of the matches goes to Stan. Highest average rating, Delgado again. And Mocinho shows up on the player awards. Competition awards, Rody won Dutch goalkeeper of the year. Stephen Lee won Oceania player of the year. Stan won the next gen. I didn't show that. I do apologize. That was pretty cool. That's the cool thing about what we're going to be doing now with how we're recording these episodes. We're actually going to see more of that kind of stuff when the awards come out, and I'm actually going to show it. Johnson, we broke our record for highest we've ever spent on a player. Okay, so club vision, they want us to play attacking football, possession football, high-tempo pressing football, work within the payroll, obvious, normal stuff. They want us to qualify for the Europa Conference League. They want us to reach the playoff of the Champions League, which I didn't think we qualified for. This thing right here is still bugged, I think. Another thing we like to do on this series with it being such a youth-building save, we want to take a look at our reserves. How did they finish this year? They didn't win the league this year. They finished 4th. It looks like Gaeta was the top goal scorer. Voss was there. I mean, we played some of our regulars in this, but yeah. 4th in that. That's kind of disappointing for us. The under 18s, though, they get 2nd in the league as well. So that's, 4th and 2nd, and we finished 3rd. Ajax ends up winning that. Went on really good form there at the end of the season, didn't they? We need to go over expiring contracts. It looks like Van Leer is retiring. Steele's loan ends, and that's really it. But there is some interesting stuff that's happening out here, and I want to sort it by this. So Stephen Lee, he's wanted by a slew of clubs as well. Zamora wants to leave the club, but nobody's interested in him. Patrick's wanted. Van Roy's wanted. Advoss wanted, which I would really like to hang on to. The Villain's wanted as well. He's been wanted for quite some time. Ismar is a player that I am interested in selling this offseason. I think it opens up a lot more playing time, obviously, for Advoss, Cornelis, and then the guy that we played in the last match, Lino Casiena. I would really like to give him a little bit more performance as well. I would really like to sell Iggy. This guy just was absolute trash. Rasmussen, I mean, depending on the price. I think that's really the only people that I would be actively interested in selling. One thing, though. So I am interested in Van Roy leaving the club, right? He's getting a little bit up there in age at 26. I know that's young, but for our save, it's a little bit older. I think we could get a really good player in left back and right back. I think what will end up happening is we'll end up with Patrick again, and that left back spot will still be the same in the backup. But right back, we definitely need to find a backup that I'm interested in. We've got one coming in next year, so we're still kind of in the same situation as we was last year at this time. We really need to find a backup that's permanent, though. I know we loaned in Adam Steele. He was kind of underperforming as well, so maybe do something there. The transfer budget. Oh, man, I just don't like that. Payroll at 13.48. Obviously, we can move some stuff around. We're pretty close to that payroll right now, though, so that is a bit of a kick in the teeth. The board not really wanting to spend any money this offseason, which is very disappointing. No, I mean, our salary isn't that bad compared to the rest of the league. It's really hard to compete with that top 3, isn't it? I'm looking here at Boris Tekalik from Shibanek. He's a right back option that they're wanting 650K for. He's an interesting player, I think, right? He's got absolutely insane mentals in certain areas. He's brave. He's got really good work rate as well. His leadership, decision making, anticipation all look really good as well. But then it's off the ball and positioning and vision, not the greatest, but man, he looks solid in the air as well. This guy, I'm very interested in him. He obviously needs to develop his technical side of the game, but looks pretty dang good. Played in the top flight of Croatian football last year. Played most matches, if not all of them. 6.89. He looks the part, doesn't he? I am interested in this guy. I am going to keep scouting for right backs, but this is one guy that I am super interested in. Some interesting news is developing. A player that I thought would end up retiring with the club wants to leave. And there you have it. Tom Hay wants to leave the club. He wants to go and play in the Premier League. And I said we would never sell Tom Hay, and I said we'd never let his contract expire. But I can't hold him back, right? If he wants to leave the club, this man has been a huge servant for us. We're deep in central mid, so I have no issues with selling him on that fact. Like, that's the one area that I actually want to sell players to generate money for the club. But just didn't think it'd be Tom Hay, my man, the captain, the guy that's been our captain for most of the save. He's been our number 20. Hell, it's a bit weird. So let's go have a little bit of a chat with him and see what's up. Let's talk about bids, because I don't want it to be an undersell for him, but we are willing to consider offers. The good news is there's nobody really interested in him. So yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird one because I don't know how much money we can actually get for Tom Hay, because he's 33 years old. He's kind of leveled out with the club. He's a 3-star player, 3-star potential. Selling him for 2.4. I mean, it's that's disappointing, but it'd get a huge wage off our salary. I mean, guys, he's been here forever. Well, the first award of the offseason has came through. Villarreal won Dutch Young Player of the Year. And hey, bud, congrats. Yep, I'm happy for you too. Well, I just re-signed Patrick to a new contract. His contract expired at the end of next season. And just looking at Patrick, he's a decent wingback. I mean, he's actually better than most of the guys that I've been able to find that I want to replace him with. So I've re-signed him. It's kind of a tough deal because he's not been the greatest, but he's definitely not been the worst. He was wanted. He was wanted by a couple of clubs. We did reduce his minimum release clause in there. I know that's kind of controversial, but honestly, I'd take 9.5 mil for Patrick. Well, we've got some bad news. No, not Ismar. We did sell him, though, for 4 mil. The bad news, Watford met Stephen Lee's release clause. Indy's joined him for 15.25. It's disappointing, but hey, it really helps our transfer budget out, so maybe we can actually do a couple things. I'm not really sure, though, what I want to do because I like my side. There's a lot of players that are staying. The guys that are going out, Stephen Lee's leaving. The midfield's going to make a jump forward. Left wing, Lino Cassiena is going to move up. Advos and Cornelius going to be the main two guys there. So it's kind of a difficult one, guys. I'm not sure what to really do this transfer special. That being said, I am trying to spend a little bit of money. We mentioned this guy earlier, Boris Teklik, went ahead and met his release clause because he was underbid also from West Ham. So I don't know if we're going to get this guy or not, which is it's scary because I'm getting a lot of offers for Van Roy. So got to keep that in mind. Well, this really frustrates me. We didn't get Teklik. The reasoning behind it was he's wanting to go to West Ham because they're a much stronger squad. Well, yeah, they are. And you're not going to be playing for them. You'd be playing for us and getting better. But nevertheless, we still have a search to do. Well, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't remember many of these people we just signed. Up first, we signed Christian Nielsen. He's a deep line forward, and I can see why. He just checks all those boxes. His composure is a little bit lacking, but that's okay. We signed him for free. 2-star player, 5-star potential. I think he's going to be a pretty solid guy down the road. Vance got another player that we signed for free, 2.5-star player, 5-star potential. And you know me, I just got to sign my midfield players. I don't know what it is about this save, but I just keep finding decent ones. And he's a little bit more defensive-minded, so he does have that going for it. Louise Garcia, a guy that I purchased, you can see why. His speed, 2.5-star player, 5-star potential. Purchased him for 2.6 mil. He'll be playing there instead. He won't be playing on the left wing. He'll be playing as a striker for us, somewhere behind staying in between Gata and him. It's going to be a little bit of a toss-up between those guys. We're challenging Gata this season. And the final guy that we brought in so far is Matisse Fiera, a 2.5-star player, 5-star potential. That's a right wing option. His finishing's a little low and his crossing's a little low, but I think he's got other options that can make up for that. He's got good speed as well. I don't know. I just think it's decent business. With Matisse Fiera leaving, that means Christian Rasmussen has also left the club. Hamburg, $3 million. It was a good bit of business. I think we purchased him for $675K, yeah, and flipped him for $3 million. So just bringing in a little bit more money. You know, it's one of those situations we're ready to start calling up some of these youngsters, and obviously people have to leave the club to do that. So we signed a new right back that's going to be our backup for the upcoming season and probably a future starter. He's a 2.5-star player, 5-star potential. We purchased for $6.5 million from PSV Eindhoven. Bas Lecuvier looks really good. He's a little bit different. He doesn't have that attacking mindset like Van Roy does, but really good mental ability. Like he's super solid. I'm really excited to get this guy in. Hopefully we can develop his technical part of the game a little bit. I'd really love to see his crossing and dribbling get moved up a little bit, but for a backup right now that we can train, I'm pretty damn excited about this guy. Interesting enough, Villarreal was the signing of the season. Oh my. It's so mad his release clause. It's Derby. Oh, God. I'm not prepared to sell him. I'm really not. Okay, so Derby are still in the championship, so maybe he rejects it and we hang on to him. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Miguel Gonzalez in. $230K spent for him. 2-star player, 5-star potential. Looks pretty solid. I mean, obviously, he's a youngster that's got to develop a little bit, but we needed to start filling out the second team with some of these midfield players because some of our guys are about to be called up to first team. Incoming, Marcin Ruble, a right wing option that can play in the center mid for us. I actually really like this guy. He's a 2-star player, 5-star potential. I mean, he's got some talent. He's one of these guys that he's going to sit on our reserve side, but I do believe he may be called up at some point. We did purchase him from 1.9 from Stuttgart. Like I said, I think it's good business. He's going to be a decent player for us and maybe somebody we can flip for a profit, even if it's a tiny one. Well, I thought this might happen, but Cornelius did end up rejecting Derby County, so no worries. We're still fine on the left wing right now. Well, obviously, we're not in the group stage, but it is time for that third qualifying round draw for the Champions League. And let's see who we get. So there's not a lot of teams out there. There's Randers, Shakhtar, Porto, Rapid, Lille. Yeah, there's some clubs, but I don't know. Kind of like this matchup right here against Shakhtar or Randers or Rapid, but I'm not sure. Okay, come on, please be that one. Please be that one. Okay, I don't want Porto. I don't want Porto. God dang it. I do want to ask you guys also, since Stephen Lee has left the club, do you guys want me to add him to the former players that we keep up with? I know he wasn't here for a huge amount of time, but he was a solid player, a guy that I like. But I'm just a little bit on the fence. Let me know down in the comments below. Tell you what, we've been real busy on the right wing in this transfer special. I've brought in another player for that position. I brought in Remy Charpentier. This is not who we're discussing. I just thought this guy was really interested. We purchased him from Standard Liège. I can't remember how much we paid for it. 1.2 mil. I do like this guy, though. He's a very interesting player. It says he's an attacking fullback, but he's definitely not good on the defensive side. So I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with this guy. But he's going to sit on our reserve side for a little bit. I think he has potential to be on our first team, though. At some point, it's just he's a little bit different than what we're used to doing. He's got a decent left foot as well, so we could potentially play him as an inverted winger on that side at some point, and as a guy that can play as a wing back for us in the future. It's just got to get some of his technical ability up. We brought in Stojan Markowski, the North Macedonian. This was the guy I was talking about. He's pretty damn good, really. I think he's going to be probably a starting right wing for us. It's going to be between him and Gabriel Lucas, I believe, for most of the season. I think Dravko will drop back down to the first team or to the reserve side or as a third choice. I'm not certain what I want to do at kind of behind this guy and Gabriel Lucas. I think this guy's damn good, though. I really do. I mean, he can dribble all day long. Got good technique as well. He's not the fastest of guys, but he can get there pretty quickly. His pace looks good. Good flair, good determination. Just a guy, if he develops just a tiny bit more, I think we'll really have something. Already valued at 19.5. We brought him in for a good chunk of money, though. I spent 10.75 from him. I think he's got it, I guess. It's going to be a little bit of a training period or a transition period for him, but he was playing in the second flight of Swiss football last season, making the jump up to the Eredivisie this season, and going to get a lot of game time. So if you compare him to Dravko, he's a lot more technical. His attacking's better, a lot better in the air. Their mentals are about the same. He's a little bit better at defending. Dravko kind of edges out a little bit on the physical side of the game, but Markowski, I think this is pretty solid. I really do. I like this kid a lot. If you compare him with Gabriel Lucas, it's a little bit more of the same thing. You know, he's a lot more technical than Gabriel Lucas. His attacking is a little bit better, aerial better, mental about the same. He's a little bit lower into the defending part of the game, physical and speed as well, but does edge him out in possession. So I think it's really going to be between these two guys right here on the right-hand side. I'm leaning toward Markowski just because he's really a technical player. Well, if we somehow get past Porto, I guess we need to find out who it's going to be. Okay, Shakhtar and Club Brugge. Okay. So we're going up either against Rapid or Krasnodar, which will be pretty cool considering in the Journeyman, you know, we managed at Rapid. I've also signed one more player, Klaus Trent here. He's a center back, 2-star player, 5-star potential, he's Dutch-born. Purchased him for 2.1. The scouts really liked it. It was A+. I'm really surprised like this didn't go up any. I think he's a solid player, though. It's just one of these guys that he's going to sit on a reserve side. That's kind of what the rise of the giant is. It's like you just sign a crap ton of guys that's under 18 and just let him sit on the reserve side and let him develop, and then you eventually call him up. Hopefully that's what happens with this guy. I really need Cano to get back. He's on international duty. He should be back on the 6th with Argentina's under 23. I'm looking at him and Snow being our two central mids this season, so really need him back for that second leg, guys. Max Norman Williamson playing for Porto. It's pretty nice. Pretty cool. Patrick trying to do a bit of defending. We are under some pressure here. Oh, we go down 1-0 early. Yikes. Malcolm on the goal. Ooh, not the start I wanted. Not the start I wanted, guys. Okay, now it's our turn to hit an attack. Stan plays it to cornerless. So we've got Snow on the run. We know Snow can finish from this area. Hits the woodwork. Oh, Patrick plays this into Hay. I don't think Hay will be a starter this season. I really don't. I think that's going to be Cano. Snow gets his head on it. Oh, man. It's pushed back out. We maintain possession. We're looking a little bit better here. I just wish we could find the back of the net. Goodness gracious. Hay's got cornerless. He's got Stan on the run. Finished. Oh, my God. Corner kick. Can we finally break this line? We've been close a couple times. Zamora over the top. We got another corner kick. Hay to send it in. Looking for Johnson. Villagras. Can we please just score once? I'm going to be really mad if Porto score here. I'm going to be really upset. This is always a free kick that scores. Of course, they score 2-0. Oh, my God. We've been dominant in this match. We have absolutely, not dominant, but we're winning this match on terms of stats. But we go down 2-0. I mean, we really need to get a goal back. We really do. Okay, Patrick does a good job winning it. Cuts it inside, plays it out to cornerless. He's got space. Can he pick out a cross? Plays it back to Patrick. Hits it in the block. Markowski on it. Out for another corner. God dang it, dude. Hay to send it in. Looking for Johnson. It's cleared out. Cornerless gives chase. It's going to be the end of this highlight. Okay. Good job, Cornerless. This is just frustrating. It really is. I mean, they've got 2 shots on target. They got 2 goals. They've had 3 shots the entire match. And it's 2-0. I mean, I just want to get 1 goal back. I don't really care if we win the match. Just so if we get a goal back, I feel a lot more comfortable going into the second leg. Got to get it done here. Gaeta on it. Goalkeeper, another save. Another save by the goalkeeper. Let's put out like a 7.8 rating at this point. He's killing us. I don't know what that was. We need to get this ball back from Porto. I've got to say it's dire here. I mean, I don't see us getting 3 goals in the next match to win this leg. So we got to get a goal back. It's just that simple. Got to get a goal back. We're doing a decent job of the pressing right there, but as soon as I say that, Porto go long, and they get past our defense, and now they're looking like they might get a third goal here. They're really looking like it now. Rhodey saved something today. It's about time he does that. Hasn't been good today. Corner kick for Porto. I mean, guys, come on. They did turn up a little bit more in the second half, but I don't even know what to say about that one. Well, guess what time it is? It is time for our first match in our new stadium. Well, I haven't changed anything really with the team. Cano comes back in the lineup. He's back from international duty, so that's nice. We was able to create a lot of opportunities. Should have won that last match against Porto, so I just don't see a reason why we would change it. I kind of want to lower the tempo just like right there. And as the match goes along, if we need to, we'll bump it up a little bit. But I think that might help us out a little bit in the second matchup against Porto. But before we get into the match, we've got to look at our new kits. And there they are. They're very similar. Adidas really stepped it up this time, didn't they? All right, Porto gets started, and they get it started 3-0. On aggregate, that is. We didn't even look at the stadium. It's the new stadium, and I haven't even really looked at it. It does look like we have room to expand. So it's one of the stadiums that all the corners ain't filled in, but we've got sides on everything. I want to go back and actually look at the previous stadium and see what it looked like in comparison. This is bad. 3-0. Yikes. Porto, again, they're looking to make it 4-0 on aggregate. This is not been the start to the season I wanted. Villagrán clears it, but it's still alive. We still haven't really seen the opportunity from this one, so I'm expecting a goal here. And there it is, 2-0 on aggregate. Not on aggregate, 4-0 on aggregate. Damn it. Do we have a highlight now? Is it our turn? I just want a goal out of this. I mean, we've been good. Like even in this match right here, I know you haven't seen the match stats yet, but we're looking solid. Snow gets on the end of it for his first of the season. Cano on the assist. It's 2-1 now in the match. 4-1 on aggregate. We still got a lot of work to do. And I just don't think we have the time to get it done. We've been better in this match. Obviously, ours came a little bit later in that first half, but yeah. Sucks. Corner kick. Snow is going to send this in. Gaeta gets on the end of the back of the net. First of the season for him. Snow on the assist. We've got it level here on the match. It's obviously still a 2-goal deficit on the aggregate, but coming alive here a little bit. And it just shows how important that first match was where we got royally effed him. And guys, we're coming back. We're coming back. Oh my, we gotta get it in. We gotta keep going. We're 2 goals down. Oh my. Oh, we've came alive in this draw late in the second match, and unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to get done. I'm sure we're out of it at this point. But we're in the closing moments of this match. I mean, another goal's not really going to help us at this point. This is definitely just a closing highlight. It's disappointing. I'm impressed with the stadium, though. Rhodey saved something today. Good job, bud. And there we have it. Another match we should have won against them. Was the better side. It's just we couldn't stop anything that they took it. Any shot that they had on target, it went in the back of the net, unfortunately, in these two matchups. We did go very attacking in the last portion of that match. And as you can see, we dominated. It sucks. It really sucks that we got F-filmed so hard. It's unacceptable, guys. We should have won that. We should have moved on. It does give me a lot of promise for this team, though, because they looked good against a Porto team. They looked really good against a bigger Porto side than us. But unfortunately, yeah, that sucks. This might be a long episode. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I'm doing things a little bit different, but this is not how I wanted to get our season started. If you enjoyed this one, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. And as always, my dudes, thank you for watching.